What's up, it's your boy Sebastian, and welcome back to the ProNerd Report channel. So today we're taking a look at Beacon Pines. We're reviewing this game for the PC, the Switch, and the Xbox Series X and S. Before we do though, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, it helps out a lot. I don't think I've ever played anything quite like Beacon Pines. Sure, I played many choice-driven adventure games. Just recently, as a matter of fact, I played another game that featured a mixture of cute animal characters with creepy elements in Cult of the Lamb. Beacon Pines, though, is a different breed. This game was developed by Hiding Spot and published by Fellow Traveler. Fun fact, this game was originally a Kickstarter project. So now you know a bit about the game's background, let's dive into the game itself. What is this game, and should you play it? The answer is an emphatic yes. In an interview I did with the game's creator, Matt Meyer, he described the game as Winnie the Pooh meets Twin Peaks. Not gonna lie to you, that's a pretty accurate description. Beacon Pines is a creepy and cute adventure set in a storybook. You play as the reader of the book, and Luca, a young teen who's lost both of his parents. He and his mother reside in the not quite what it seems town of Beacon Pines. Luca and his friends set out to unveil the town's dark mysteries. Don't let that cute aesthetic fool you. This game gets dark really quick. But I'll tell you a little bit about that later. One of the best features of Beacon Pines is its storytelling. There isn't any combat in this game, so the narrative had to carry the weight of the entire game. Thankfully, it does just that. It's a compelling story that sinks its hooks into you, and just when you think you might be able to predict what's going to happen next, the story goes in a completely different direction. But in a very good way, though. I won't spoil any of the story here, just know that despite the cute appearances of the characters, this story has some dark themes, like I was alluding to earlier. Nothing too intense though. I kind of describe it as a cozy horror vibe. I want to give a special shout out to the narrator voiced by Christian Mize. This character was by far my favorite character of the game. Mize absolutely kills it in this role. She really did a fantastic job of making the story come to life. And every time her character was like voiced on screen, it really felt like an emphatic, like important moment. I often found myself excited for when her character made an appearance in this story. So, let's talk about the gameplay. In Beacon Pines, charms are the player's main source of power. It's the character's superpower, so to speak. Charms are words that you unlock as the story progresses. The player chooses which word they want to use at a major point in the story. Let me explain. So each word literally creates a new branch of the game's visual story tree. The game encourages you to see how that story is going to play out with the charm that you used at the critical point in the story. No spoilers, but often you will go down a narrative branch and meet a tragic end to the story, but pick up new charms in that story branch that you can use in previous critical points of the game. That's what makes this game so special. It's the charms and the ability to redo critical points in the story at a moment's notice. That's an extremely top-notch feature that I really don't see in games like this. You only get to use one charm at a crucial point in the story, so you can't just use the same charm over and over again. With that in mind, even though I knew I could always go back and choose a different word, I always chose my words carefully because that choice really felt like it had meaning to it. I'm not going to spoil any of the narrative, but I will say if you're a fan of Twin Peaks or even Black Mirror, this game is going to be right up your alley story-wise. So, let's talk about the game's art style and the soundtrack. The art style and the music are terrific and blend together perfectly to really immerse you into this setting. The music does a stellar job of emphasizing the tones of each moment. When shit goes down, the music really adds to that tension. And the art style in this game is absolutely superb. Everything feels detailed and well crafted. Every place you go to in this game, every piece of this town feels like a piece of art. So I really got to shout out the art style and the music of this game. Both are top notch. Now let's talk about the negatives. A weak point of the game is some of the supporting characters. I'm being nitpicky here, but besides a few characters, most of them were forgettable. That's just a small gripe on what's really a very solid game. Beacon Pines is a dope game that really knows what it wants to be and absolutely nails it. It's a mystery adventure visual novel game that doesn't overstay its welcome. I'll be real with you, this game is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. If you're looking for a fast paced action game, then this game definitely isn't going to be for you. On the flip side, though, if you're looking for a conspiracy mystery game with fantastic art, music, and storytelling, then this game delivers that in spades. I definitely recommend this game, especially to anyone who's a fan of mystery games, point and click adventure games, and games with rich storytelling. I'm going to give Beacon Pines an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date on all things the ProNerd Report, including more game reviews and the ProNerd Report podcast, go ahead and hit subscribe to stay up on all things the ProNerd Report. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.